Hello friends, it's Cynthia with Life at the Nut House. Today we're going to take a jar of tomato sauce or a can and make some delicious barbecue sauce. If you haven't canned before, this is a great one to start with. Okay, let's try to make some barbecue sauce to can. We're going to use this number 10 can of tomato sauce. Alright, that's going to go in my pot. I hope I have a big enough pot. So I'm multiplying this recipe by 7. So we're going to do, let's see, let's start off with 2 cups of brown sugar, and if I need any added, I will. The recipe calls for a half a cup per 15 ounce, so I'm going really a lot less on the sugar, but we'll see if I need to add more. I'm going to do about a cup of molasses. Again, I'm going to taste it to see. Now we're going in with some Worcestershire sauce. It's 3 tablespoons, but I'm just going to use the rest of this. Now 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke, so 2 times 7 would be 14 teaspoons. This is a 2 teaspoon measuring spoon thing. So it says 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, one teaspoon of smoked paprika, a half a teaspoon of onion powder. So there'll be 7 half a teaspoons, so we'll do 3½ teaspoons. 1, 2, 3, half. So we're going to need half a teaspoon per 15 ounces of salt. So that would be 7 teaspoons. No, 7 half teaspoons. So we're going to start with 3 teaspoons and taste it. And then we're going to add our apple cider vinegar, or any vinegar really. We're going to do half a cup times 7, same thing, so about 3.5 cups. So 3.5 cups for this batch. If you're doing just a normal batch, it would be a half a cup. Now I'm going to taste it. We're going to do another cup of sugar. This is homemade brown sugar. So that would make it 3 cups. I'm going to get this on the stove and let it start simmering. So we're going to do these in pints, so I'm going to get them washed. Those jars of tomato sauce were really, really cheap at Sam's. So we're going to see how many we get. So this is a steam canner. I use it instead of a water bath. And you fill it up right up until the water reaches right there in the hole. So let's get this heating up and we'll get our jars in here and let them get really hot. So this is where we're going to make sure everything is the same temperature. The jars are hot, the sauce is hot, or the barbecue sauce is hot, and this will sterilize the jars, and that way they will seal appropriately. I'm going to let this simmer on the stove for like 10 or 15 minutes. If you want the sauce really thick, you could go longer, or you could add tomato paste. I just chose not to add tomato paste today because these jars are going to be for like a crock pot meal So I would pour the jar over the chicken or over the pork or whatever to make barbecue meat. So just whatever your preference is, you can let it cook 10 to 15 minutes or even longer, or again, add that tomato paste will also thicken it up. So we're going to get the lid on and let this heat up while our sauce is heating up. You can add a little spice to this if you want some heat in it. But I don't think I will today. I'm just going to add some black pepper, but I don't see any in the cabinet. Okay, I found some. Now this would be a great beginner-friendly recipe because in essence we're recanning tomato sauce, and we're also going to do a spaghetti sauce the same way, because it took a lot of tomatoes to make that jar of sauce. So I'll bring you right back when we get this heated up and it's time to jar it up and can it. Alright, so this is hot and ready, and my jars are hot. I'm going to add a little bit more water to the bottom. I'm going to add a little bit more water to the bottom of this, just so it'll have enough to process. So let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to take a jar. And we're going to fill it up to the 1-inch head mark, which is this bottom line here. Not with that. Which is about 2 of these scoops here. And I'm going to move that off to the side. Let's get another jar. Now my hands, I've worked around food for so long that I don't really notice the heat too much, but please, you know, if you're not like me, use your jar picker-upper thing. because it will burn you. Mine are just a little bit more heat tolerant. Now, we're going to wipe around the rim because anything on this rim will make our seals fail. And all this work will be for nothing. So, we definitely don't want that. You can use a little bit of vinegar if it's, I prefer to use vinegar if I'm using anything greasy. But this isn't greasy, so I just have some water. Now, I'm going to get my lids on. The rings will go on finger tight, which is just like that, not bear down, but just, we're going to get them back into the canner. Okay, let's do this one again because I tilted it. And these are going to go in this water bath canner for 25 minutes. And I'll let you know and let you see when we're done. These will sit on my counter for 24 hours. Then I'll take the rim off or the ring off and check the seals and wash my jars. So out of the 1 can of sauce, this is how many jars I got. So it was definitely worth it to buy the $4 jar of tomato sauce and then recan it. That saved me a lot of money. I want to thank you all for watching the video today, and maybe next time I think I may be doing spaghetti sauce the same way. I'll see you soon.